There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes. Oh.
What are you up to?
I'm just another lost ghost, Kissel.
Oh, no.
Another lost ghost. You know why?
Why?
Because the whole world's just,
What
it's
happened?
cockamamie these days.
It's cockamamie, it is.
It is absolutely, I'm going to go ahead and use the trademark term redonkulous.
It really
right
is,
now.
my friend. Are you doing okay, though? I mean, we're dealing with it.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah.
I want to float to our masters over at Spotify. Because we have we always have like some big corporate call with them where they say.
We know we're in quarter 3.
Right, sure.
Quarter 3.
And then I felt the first two.
They'll say QE3.
Whoa.
That means quarter 3.
Whoa, that is cool.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
pretty neat.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
That's jargon.
And I wonder if, like, we can just straight up say, like, I think everybody should get a bullet out of the chamber before the call.
I agree when it comes to Zoom. Don't be tubing when you're Zooming. That's what I say.
That is a funny joke. Did you read that on one of your right-leaning blogs?
I actually stole it from Dean Cain. Indeed. He was Superman and Lois and Clark Superman. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Side Stories.
But does everybody just have to masturbate before they get on a phone call? How long? I mean, like, I'm the horniest person I know.
Yeah.
Of our circle of friends. Of our
Still got
great
it.
wide group. I am the horniest person we know, and I can last 45 minutes without touching my dick.
Well, absolutely. Of course, Jeffrey Toobin, he was on a Zoom call. He was speaking with all of the who's who of WNYC.
But weren't they on like a live stream? Like, weren't they
Yes.
like outside? They were like doing a show.
They were going over an election simulation, and apparently he was also simulating sex
That's
with his
so
hands.
dumb, Kissel. Stop doing late night jokes.
No, that's good. That was actually good.
We're heading into Fallon territory.
No, Jimmy Fallon wouldn't touch this story. This is too hot for TV.
No, it's the only thing they'll talk about.
Oh, he's funny. All right. So yes. Anyway, Jeffrey Toobin, he was caught jerking off on a Zoom call. He says that he was not aware that the camera was on.
I mean, you're on the call actively. The call is going on. Just hold.
What I love the most is the New Yorker, which of course he was a big part of the New Yorker, and this was a New Yorker conversation. He was. They said Jeffrey Toobin has been suspended while we investigate the matter. You imagine how difficult that's going to be. Just be like, where was the cock? How many strokes? If it's a 5-stroke jerk off, my friend, he's got to be fired.
I just don't understand, because it seems to be one of those firing non-firings where that man Toobin asked to have some time off to deal with personal issues, which is like, you don't have to cover it up. We know what the personal issue is. You masturbated on a work. It wasn't even like an in-house call. It was a broadcast.
Yeah.
Outside
and he
of
was
the
looking
office.
at the porn. Did you see O.J. Simpson's response?
You got fucking roasted by a double murderer.
And
You
legitimately,
fucking
O.J.
stooge.
had a good point.
I'm so
If you're O.J.
tired.
Simpson right now, anyone that ever attacked you gets busted doing anything. He is living the life in St. Petersburg.
He
Literally,
loves
no
Florida.
one confronts him. Women still love him. He is doing great in Florida. He is Florida's god. And now you get to look at Jeffrey Toobin, the man who wrote the book that they turned into the TV show, The People versus O.J. Simpson, and you get to say you got caught jerking off on Zoom.
It's
You
unfair.
dumpy
It is
asshole.
unfair how life works out, and it just shows you.
But why is it that if you're Jeffrey Toobin or O.J. Simpson, what would almost like today, just one day, just today, who would you rather be, Jeffrey Toobin or O.J. Simpson?
I mean, O.J. Simpson's got a boat.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Toobin just has to be like, I'm sorry, honey.
It's brutal.
He's got like adult kids. I am proud of him, 60 years old. Just to even have, just when you're 60, that is the curse of being a man. When you are 60, you would think that you don't, like, I could see someone in high school. I get that. Like a high school kid, I bet you that's happening all the time. I guarantee you that's happening.
Of course, you're a 60-year-old man. You can
But
just
60
if
years
you
old,
need to
you
lie to your
could
own
not
family.
stop.
But listen, if you need to lie to your own family, I'm telling this, the 60-year-olds that are listening to the show, if you have to lie to your family in order to create space for you to jerk off, I get it. I totally get it.
Well, it's very American Beauty, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But lie. structure it into your day. How long does masturbating take? 5 minutes?
I mean, at this point, I'm getting this thing done in 3.5
You
nowadays.
straight up have the time to say to your wife and kids, yeah, actually, this call's going long. It's going to take me to 1:15. And then you can build
Look at your you have to look at a fake watch on your hand when you do it.
Yeah, you have to go,
Yeah.
this guy's got this
Yes,
whole...
indeed.
They have lost all sense of the minutes of this meeting. And you can then safely, securely jerk off. I guess, yeah, and that's the truth. Being a bunch of high school students, just being unfettered and filled with hormones, that makes sense. I mean, now, but I don't want to harp on this too much because we're going to hear about it from Seth Meyers. So let's be not as cruel.
Well,
to
lastly, I will say his statement. His statement was, "I made an embarrassingly stupid mistake.
Really?
Believing I was off camera. I apologize to my wife, my friends, and coworkers." And then he goes on to say, "This is why I know he was jerking off because of this quote right here. I believed I was not visible on Zoom. I thought no one on the Zoom call could see me. I thought I had muted the Zoom video. I apologize to my wife, friends, and family and coworkers, but he is yeah. Anyway, technology is difficult."
Did he come?
That is the question that all of us have, and I am going to say he probably shrunk up so fast after he was like, they're like, Jeff, over here, Jeff,
oh my God, and you heard everyone start screaming because some people, like, some great comedians that we've known throughout time, they would just jizz even harder if they heard the screams.
Well, all right, O.J. Simpson, just lastly, he did compare Tubin to Pee Wee Herman in a short video, so if you haven't watched, you know what, I'm not driving people to Twitter. I'm not driving people to O.J. Simpson Twitter, but it is on O.J. Simpson's Twitter if you want to check that out.
It's unfortunate, and it just, I mean, I don't know.
Henry, by the way, do I smell better?
Yeah, you're washing.
I took a shower. I finally got heat. I got hot water for the first time since I moved to L.A. The guy came yesterday. He was like, "You were just living without hot water." I was like, "Yeah," and he was like surprised.
You lived without gas in your apartment for a number of years.
Yeah, but then I had hot water. But now I took my first hot shower yesterday.
How do you feel,
baby? Feel good. I got so much soap that I had from the move that I haven't been using. So I got so much soap. I'm doing great.
You sound like a gull that's washed ashore during an oil accident.
Oh, remember that? The Gulf.
We're about to get another one.
Is there another spill, Anthony?
Yeah, there's a tanker that's sitting in the middle of the Caribbean right now about to leak 55 million gallons of oil into the Caribbean. No, it's
tape it up. Get the
seems like there's a lot of news going on in the world that seems to be overshadowed by, I don't know what's going on in America right now that's like overshadowing all this like other big important news.
Well, I think the oil is a huge issue. Remember when that pipeline broke and there was a 24/7 camera on it? So if you really wanted anxiety, you could just look at it
and watch it leak and leak and leak
and it just never ended.
Oh,
all right. Well,
and speaking of better news,
okay,
we are seeing a spike in UFO activity that I am really, really appreciative. And I got a couple stories I'm going to hit up top.
Love it.
That are because number one. Who do we finally got on Team UFO? Who do we got?
I don't know who.
This is for the kids. Now, there's a lot of people out there that want to say ufology is not for the tweens. Right?
I think that ufology is for the tweens. I don't think it's for the 50-year-old man.
No, you're wrong. It is for the 50-year-old man, but the job is for the 50-year-old man to give it to the teens. But guess what? We're finally finding.
Take it easy with that sentence, buddy.
Give it to the teens. We finally have an ambassador, a youth ambassador for ufology, because we thought it was going to be Tom DeLonge.
We were hoping. I thought that it was Tom DeLonge for a very long time.
Apparently, Tom DeLonge immediately became a boomer that decided the day he became a ufologist.
So you're telling me this is big ufology breaking news. There's a new celebrity in town.
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato!
Welcome to the fold.
Oh, my God.
And that's what I'll say to her if she ever comes to my house for a dinner party.
Welcome to the fold. And you lift up your shirt?
Yeah. Can't you see?
Wow.
There's bits of chocolate in there.
Wow, Demi Lovato. This has got to be the biggest celebrity in the female variety
we got
that's
one.
ever been into UFOs.
Yeah, I honestly think this is the first time I've ever cited Cosmo on the show. This comes from Cosmopolitan Magazine, the magazine that told you to put ice in your husband's dick.
Wow, UFO combos have really become mainstream.
Yes, they really have. Look at this. Demi Lovato shares UFO sightings on Instagram and says she's contacted aliens. Maybe she's talking about some Hollywood agents. Some of these guys seem pretty weird.
Oh, they absolutely do. They're disgusting.
She spent the weekend in Joshua Tree making quote-unquote contact with aliens. I've also done that in Joshua Tree, but normally that involves a bunch of fucking tequila and a lot of mushrooms.
Tubin.
Demi wants the government to acknowledge the truth about extraterrestrial life among us. And actually, I'm going to read it and I imagine in her voice. Acknowledge the truth about
I don't
extraterrestrial
know. Do
life.
not defame the wonderful voice of Demi
I'm sorry,
Lovato.
I'm immediately pushing her away. This shows,
Yes, you
this shows
are.
the internalized misogyny of the ufology world.
Do it now. Do it right because she's beautiful. She's Demi Lovato.
I want to acknowledge the truth about
That's just you, Casey.
extraterrestrial
That's
life
just your Casey Anthony.
among us. Hello, how do you spend the weekend? Because Demi Lovato was out here making contact with aliens. That comes from the writer of this, Meher Bonner.
Oh my God, they got snarky with it where it's like, hello, how did you spend the weekend? She was out getting fucked by aliens?
No, she didn't get fucked by aliens. She chose to make love to an alien. Now, they said that she wants to implore humanity. She put a bunch of pictures on Instagram, heavily curated. It's all in her Instagram. She's imploring humanity to make contact in an effort to help change the destructive habits that's destroying our planet. Now, I'm going to read the whole statement she made. This is a whole statement she made. Over the past couple months, I have dug deep into the science of consciousness and experienced not only peace and serenity like I've never known, but I also have witnessed the most incredible, profound sightings, both in the sky as well as feet away from me.
Oh my God, first, I know you can continue in a second, but you know if she really saw an alien, people run around, they start screaming like they're Richard Pryor with his hair on fire, and they're like, there's a burning in my rectum! That's what it sounds like when you meet an alien. She sounds like she just read Eat, Pray, Love.
Well, you're going to see why she's so relaxed and so keyed in. Why she's so in the moment about this. She said, the planet is on a very negative path towards destruction, but we can change that together. If we were to get 1% of the population to meditate and make contact, we would force our governments to acknowledge truth about extraterrestrial life among us and change our destructive habits, destroying our planet. Now, the reason why she seems to have gotten a lot of ready talking points is because she has become a devotee of Dr. Stephen Greer, your favorite ufologist.
I love the Greer.
Worst shoes in the business, but he peddles this line that UFOs are to be celebrated and we need to welcome whatever they are, whether they specifically if they are of meat and bone, these ultra-terrestrials, if they are also ultra-terrestrials, we're supposed to invite them onto the planet Earth. But I am telling you right now, Demi Lovato, I'm warning you, I'm warning all of us. If we decide to all meditate and contact the UFOs at once, we may get exactly what we're looking for, and I don't know if it's going to be altogether pleasant.
Well, Stephen Greer, number one, when it comes to his shoes, he doesn't have the best shoes in ufology. He has the only shoes in ufology, which are New Balance. He has the only shoes that are worn. Also, Henry, I love you, and I don't like to burst bubbles. I really don't.
No, yeah, you hate taking baths.
But it is true. Yes, that is very true. This is all a fraud. So the problem is I'm reading Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato?
Demi Lovato.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
just her stance is a fraud?
Just listen
So
to
you
this.
mean to tell me you think that she's trying to broaden her base or like and bring in the boomer community? She's trying to bring in like men whose waists are bigger than their inseams?
Well, that's a great description of her fan base. Most
That
likely.
is me.
That is you. But no, this is halfway through one of her Instagram posts. This is her. She says, "This is just some of the evidence from under the stars and the desert sky that can no longer be ignored and must be shared immediately." Okay, to make contact yourself, you can download the CE5 app.
Yeah.
And it'll teach you the protocols to connect to life from beyond. She is working with an app company.
She's
to
working
move
with
products.
She's working
This
with
is
CE5. No, that is Dr. Stephen Greer's company, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. This is all a weird shill for Dr. Stephen Greer, which I don't particularly understand. He, to me, is the most untrustworthy figure in ufology.
You just
and that's
don't like him
saying a
because he's
lot.
nice.
No, I don't like him because he's not. I don't like him just because he's not nice. He's selling a line of bull.
Well,
He's selling a line of bull.
Close Encounters of a Fifth Kind. It's a great documentary, and you'll leave it feeling slightly uplifted. So God forbid, Mr. Zabrowski.
I am just saying, I think that the nature of the anomalous event is neither good nor negative. I think that it is neutral. And that's the main problem, is that what you are talking to, let's say you do contact an intelligence. Why do you think that our health and our happiness are a part of their agenda? They are not necessarily. They
not
might come
necessarily
down.
Unless they want to be entertained. You think that they're going to have better cinema?
What if they
you think
just
they're going to
find
have better Broadway than us?
You mean tell me they're not going to
Better
have
music?
a whole lot of fun stringing you into a plasma cage and pulling on your dick until you come, and while you go, please stop, and they'll
Maybe
just
someone
laughing
doesn't.
and laughing?
But what if they don't want to watch that movie that night? The Torture the Human series that they have. Also, speaking of crazy stuff, this looks to be from O'Hare Airport.
Oh no, this is. I want to get into this story.
Get into this. What the hell
This
is going on
another
here?
story. So, in the beginning of this year, I want to say the beginning of this year, and also last summer, we talked about a rash of flying humanoid sightings in the Chicagoland area, and it seems like we got another one, and this one's fucking juicy.
And this one, it comes with a cool kind of picture of what it would look like.
This actually comes from one of the traditional pictures of a Mothman. We're seeing now this is a full-on Mothman sighting, and to be completely frank, this description sends all of the hairs on my back up.
That's a shitload of hairs.
Yeah,
Also,
like a hyena.
You can trust every single thing that Henry is about to say, because this is a description coming from the mouths and the mind and the eyes of a USPS worker. That is United States Postal Service worker. Those people are tip of the spear, and they are top of the line when it comes to intelligence.
I love my guy Gil.
Gotta love Gil.
Except for the fact I asked where the hell my ballot is. My ballot's gone. It must be in the fucking Mothman's parcels.
Maybe Gil filled it out for you and sent it in himself.
You know what? I trust him.
Yeah.
USPS employee reports 7-foot-tall red-eyed creature at O'Hare International Airport. This is this week. This is from SingularFortean.com.
Cool.
This is the statement from the USPS worker that saw this entity, or right after they were leaving the USPS sorting facility in Chicago O'Hare's International Airport at around 11 p.m. on Thursday.
That is a really nice way of saying throwing everyone's shit around. We're sorted. They don't take very good care of it, do they?
Wow.
Not all the time.
This is a critique.
They don't really. The luggage. They don't care about the luggage.
What are you gonna do?
You imagine looking at luggage after you.
Oh, I know. I've watched them handle the luggage. You just don't, and just trust. So this is a witness statement. I had just left work at the USPS sorting facility at O'Hare Airport at about 11 p.m. on Thursday, the 24th of September, and was walking out to my car when I saw something standing at the far end of the parking lot where I usually park. At first, I thought it was a very tall person with a long coat. As I got closer to my car, I unlocked it, which caused my headlights to come on. My headlights hit the person standing about 20 to 25 feet from my car, causing it to turn and look right at me.
Damn.
I saw that this was not some person, but a giant, red-eyed creature. And what appears to be a coat were actually wings, which it spread out as it turned to look at me. At first, I thought it was some kind of very large bird, but I've never seen any bird that stood almost 7 feet tall. I'm 5'4", and this thing looked taller than me by at least 2 feet. This thing then started making some type of chirping sound, almost a half chirp and half click, like someone was clicking their tongue, but much faster. It then made some type of screeching sound and took off running toward me. It got within 10 feet and it took off into the air and flew above me. I was screaming hysterically as I crouched down behind my car's open door and I dived into my car head first. I was in a near panic as I tried to start the car, close and lock the doors, and turn on my interior lights. Damn. I started my car and took off out of the parking lot and flew down the road till I hit the main road. I got home, I told my husband, who also works at the same facility, and he was the one who told me about the sightings of this thing.
Damn!
This thing is fucking scary. Now, this actually matches up to the other sightings. We have seen this same entity several times this year. At least 10 sightings have come from the airport itself since August of 2019. 10. And they all have reported this sound coming out of it. They said it sounds like, one witness described it as sounding like screeching tires.
Dude, this is freaking crazy.
This shit's fucking weird.
The witness, also a 17-year veteran of the USPS and has worked at O'Hare sorting facility for the last 15 years.
It is crazy. And then also, a man flying a jetpack has been spotted again in the skies over Los Angeles. This is another story that came out this week.
But now this guy is just he's trying to get some of the attention.
I don't know who this guy is. They don't know who he is. There is some floating theory that it's Elon Musk. There is some theory, but then the type of jetpack that
Elon Musk
work,
is going to end up getting sucked into an engine of a plane, and that's how he's going to die.
That is
killed by a machine.
That's the fitting way for him to go. But this is they are saying they do believe it's a specific type of jetpack that, according to the manufacturer, basically said, if it was Elon Musk, he would have told me. Like, he would have been like, we would have had cameras. Like, it would have been set up.
Okay, but now we're not saying this is a flying humanoid, though. This is an actual human being.
This is a human in a jetpack. A China Airlines crew reported seeing what appered to be someone in a jetpack at an approximate altitude of 6,000 feet, about 7 miles northeast of Los Angeles International Airport. And the truth, I listened to it, and it's the pilot being like, do you have something on your radar? And just to hear the flight tower say, which also sent chills up my spine, they were like, was it a UAV or was it a jetpack? That's what they've literally nailed it. That's what they've narrowed it down to at LAX. They just basically showed up. Did you see a UFO or a jetpack? That's how fucking nuts shit has gotten in the sky. And they said, yes, it was a man in a jetpack. And then what they said, only in LA.
Only in LA. Wow. Now I'm trying to figure out how high a person can fly before their brain explodes. Apparently the highest a jetliner can fly is 60,000 feet. That was on the Concorde. And then now it's around 50,000 feet. That's what the jets fly. But what can a human being, if you're just in a jetpack, how high can you go?
6,000 feet's like, that is doable. That's what these
like
operate
a lot
at.
of feet.
Yeah, it is a lot of feet.
Don't you get sick?
I don't know.
I wonder how he feels afterwards.
I imagine he feels jubilant.
Is it because he can only take off? Does he need to run a bunch before he takes off?
I'm going to say, honestly, I don't know a lot about the flight of jetpacks. If you have any information...
Is it the safest place to have a jetpack near an airport?
No,
near an airport?
It's actually very dangerous, I imagine. This is for attention. We're going to find out who this is eventually, and I'm going to throw out a couple of names. Right? Who's top suspects?
Top suspects right now. Who is the person who is...
Herman Cain's not dead. He's
you
in the
think
jetpack.
It's Herman Cain with a jetpack? That's very possible.
I know for some reason the name Brian Doyle Murray came up, but that's not him.
Wow, Brian Doyle.
Brian Austin Green.
It could be. What about Michael Anthony Hall?
Oh,
Anthony Michael Hall?
No, Anthony Michael Hall's got a kind of a career resurgence going on because he did the Saw movies. He did a bunch of shit.
That's right. He is in the Saw movies.
I just said like a career resurgence, and I realized that was fucking 15 years ago.
For us, it is.
Yes.
He's always once you do a Saw movie, you live forever in cinema.
But it's there is an influencer that is doing this, and we don't know what it is. But if you know anything about the maintenance or how jetpacks work, or if you have a jetpack or you've got footage of this, side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. I want to know. But this is... we're just in the craziest times. We're just in the craziest times that I've ever experienced.
Well, it's just interesting, when we talk about UFOs and stuff like that. It's just fun to look up to the skies and see what's going on up there. We don't got a lot going on anymore. Look up to the skies.
I got some rosin joints from that weed company Classy, given us by my buddy Leiden. That'll help you see some more.
I smoked a shatter joint for the first time, and it's really strong. And I can't believe that anyone smokes a whole one of those.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, does Snoop Dogg? Like the smoke, I know that he smokes, obviously, like he and Willie, although I'm not sure. But do you think it's not shatter?
No, I imagine that it is. They probably smoke like I do. I have levels of smoke where every day, if I wake up and I'm particularly depressed or like I'm particularly anxious, like, I do vape in the morning. Big old sativa in the morning, right? To keep it going, put a smile on your face.
You have to, otherwise
keep your arches up.
Yeah.
And then during the day, but also if I'm having like a dinner party or like having people over, I have like mid weed that is makes you talkative, doesn't make you fall asleep. That's the goal. Something like a sativa leaning hybrid that you want to like throw out. I imagine something like that. Or I imagine he has a big old pails and pails of just fucking regs that he lights up those blunts with, because that's what we used to roll blunts with, was just like whatever is that essentially like. I imagine he's not smoking dirt weed, but like 5 steps above dirt weed that you could smoke in mass quantities and still do your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so.
And I want to talk about also my buddy Matt Staggs sent me a video of John Keel on David Letterman. Speaking of flying humanoids, John Keel was the one who basically broke the Mothman story. He wrote the Mothman prophecies, if you remember, Kissel.
Okay, what was Letterman's treatment like?
Oh, he was incredibly, that's what I was going to say. It's so sad how this is 1980. John Keel's on there and he brought his Bigfoot plaster, he brought the Bigfoot foot plaster in, some pictures of Loch Ness Monster. And it's just so sad to watch one of the most respected men in ufology and parapsychology and anomalous studies just be David Letterman.
Lambasted.
Just David Letterman just obviously having a good time with him, and John Keel is trying to be legit, but he's a nerd, and there's really nothing. That's a problem with ufologists. As soon as you put them on camera, they lose a lot of the mystique.
They lose the mystique. Well, speaking of camera, Henry, this is a story that I want to talk to you about. You know that show Naked and Afraid?
I watch it all the time.
You do?
Yes, but I'm not one. Natalie and I love Naked and Afraid. It's one of our Shut Our Brains Off shows, but we are not one of the couples that says oh, I can do it. I know that if I even spent 15 minutes naked and afraid, I would have been like, actually, I'm going to have to pull out.
Yeah, I'm naked and afraid. If I'm naked, I am always afraid. It's never good. Do you know who Brandon Pope is?
Why does that sound familiar?
I'm showing you the picture here.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Okay, Henry. So this guy.
I know this. That's a Naked and Afraid fucking superstar.
Naked and Afraid's Brandon Pope, charged with voyeurism after allegedly...
You really walked me into this. I knew it was going to be crime.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be good. It's a crime podcast. Okay, so he was charged with voyeurism, which is kind of ironic given that he's the star of Naked and Afraid, after allegedly taping tea in a bath. Isn't that something? But shouldn't that just be pedophilia?
Yeah, man.
Voyeurism to me just means like you're really interested. Like the chick who busted the priest for banging those two other people.
That starts as a voyeur. Yeah, that starts as voyeurism, and also peeping Tom, or what kind of the idea of you're a lurker on cam. That satisfies your voyeur itch.
Well, one of your favorite celebrities, Henry, he's currently detained. He is behind one of Henry Zebrowski's favorite celebrities.
Not anymore.
Detained.
Not anymore. He's off the list. Jeffrey Toobin, off the list.
He is at the Howard County Detention Center where he is behind bars. Sources told the TMZ the 42-year-old, whose full name is David Brandon Pope, was accused of recording a female teenager family member. As if it doesn't get more disgusting. The person who was inside the house called authorities. So he
none of this was in his episode of Naked and Afraid. None of this was in that. Honestly, he was great with the tools. He helped build the hut. That was huge. Honestly, he was a huge asset at the time on the episode.
What camera did he bring in there? Was it like when Oswald was escorted out by the police? Was he wheeling something in there?
I don't know.
How obvious is this guy doing this?
It's probably a phone. He probably put it behind the tissue box.
It's disgusting.
But also, I wonder, did he just dress up as a big bush? And he just decided his time in the jungle made him he's a hunter cat.
Well, according to the Southwest Arkansas radio, oh my God, that's our job in the future.
Soon, no, you're just saying Arkansas, we're going to end up once we all pull a Toobin and we end up down there. It'll happen.
All you have to do is not masturbate on a Zoom call.
That's all you have to do.
It is so much easier not to masturbate on a Zoom call. 60 years old, still got it. Okay. According to Southwest Arkansas radio, which must have had I would love to hear their take on this. As a matter of fact, I'm technically plugging different things, but I'm assuming that they're better than us. I don't know why. I just feel like there's something. They
are like a news organization. That's what they.
I mean, it's the Southwest Arkansas Radio.
Aren't we technically broadcasters?
Yeah, we are professional broadcasters. That's my title. And yours.
Wow.
Pope was charged with 2 counts of video voyeurism after deputies said they found videos of the nude teenager on his cell phone. While investigating Pope's residence, authorities reportedly found a hole drilled under the doorknob of the bathroom door that was seemingly the angle he was recording the videos. A representative from the Howard County Sheriff's Office, again, oh my God, and it talks about how
everybody just needs to masturbate more often. Everybody has to jerk off more often.
I think that's the problem in this case.
Can't you imagine? Same thing with the Toobin story, right? Where, yes, in the moments before you come, you are the most primal, unrepentant, nihilistic you'll ever be in the sheer seconds before you come. But once you come, and the reason comes flooding back, don't you want that reason? Don't you want that cold, calm reason where at some point when you are actively drilling a hole into the bathroom of your niece, why can't you just say to yourself, hey,
stop.
Why don't we just pause here for a second? Why don't I just jerk off?
It takes
and
somebody
then
who would go on.
Stop this.
It's because this is someone who would go on a show like Naked and Afraid at 42 years old and show off his bod.
No, some people are trying to challenge themselves because they had leukemia.
Well,
some people are ex-cops trying to show the world that, I'm a cop on the streets, but also I can be a man in the jungle. Some people are like a woman who's lost her arm, and she says, I want to show everybody that, I could still have one arm and survive. So there's a lot of stories within Naked and Afraid that are actually very positive.
All right, good to hear. Season 11, episode 21, that's when Pope appeared on Naked and Afraid. It was in April, and the episode was entitled Ring of Fire, which I, by the way, if you have not had the flamin' hot baked Ruffles, you have to.
We're not even being paid by them.
It is. They are so good, dude.
Are they good? I don't really like. I'm going to say right now, because we're not being paid money by them, I don't like baked lace.
Oh.
I don't like baked lace.
I'm mad at you.
I'm glad I finally could flip this on you after last week on the stream when you had the gall to tell me you don't like calzones.
Well, it's just get a pizza. All right. Well, it's entitled Ring of Fire. Pope was one of the survivalists competing in, quote, the frigid Bulgarian mountains.
It's a very good episode, honestly.
Well, did he win or lose?
Oh, he survived.
No, I mean, they don't die.
Well, they made it through. He made it through to the end.
I see. So you'd like tap out.
You can tap out if you're a fucking pussy.
But is it like Survivor where they stay in a hotel at night?
No. It's pretty legit.
Okay.
Naked and Afraid is pretty legit. I mean, there is obviously cameras there, so you can't really die. And if you have some sort of reaction, often there's been a couple of episodes where people have gotten an infection or like a crazy fucking thing, and then the doctor comes in and airlifts them out. But Natalie and I are both like, I'm at most a glamper. Like, that is as far as you can get me. I need a bed and I need a toilet for me to enjoy any stretch of time. I can't sleep on the ground.
I can do more traditional camping if Walmart is in the plans. When you stop at a Walmart and you get everything, you get a machete, you get a BB gun, get a little inflatable mattress, and then, of course, you also have to just get totally hammered, and then you could camp. You could do it. Yes. And if there's a stream nearby.
Sure.
I think you'd love it.
All right, this next story, speaking of streams, we got this crazy...
This is a piss story? What's going on?
No, honestly, it's not even a piss story. I don't know why I segue like that. I'm a professional broadcaster. How dare you call into question my ability to segue?
I never would, buddy.
This got nothing. There's no piss in this.
Great. I love that. Every article should just have that as a caveat, because you'll stumble on one that doesn't have it as a caveat and you'll be like, wow, there has to be piss in that.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Holy shit. There's extra piss in this story.
Weird.
Now, this story, I am in love with this story.
And, of course, this story takes us to the beautiful state of Alaska.
Alaska's crazy, y'all.
I would love to go to Alaska.
We want to do a live show in Anchorage real bad. I would love to do it. Please book us, because I feel like COVID's not there.
Why do I feel like Alaska is more foreign than Australia?
It is. Well, it's because they're very isolated, and they, when we talked about, we did our Richard Hansen episodes. These are people that go,
the baker.
These are frontier people. Still, these are real frontier people. But we have listeners out in Anchorage, and book us. Tell us where we should go. We'd love to go.
Totally.
Now, this is the story. This story comes from the Alaska landmine. These
Which
people are,
by the way, the greatest name ever for a newspaper.
I love it. I can't speak to the rest of the newspaper and what it covers, but I will say this story is a fucking get.
All right.
A booze-infused cookie business, a rogue reporter, and an escort.
Jeez.
The downfall of Anchorage Mayor Ethan Berkowitz.
Oh.
This comes from reporters Jeff Landfield with Paxson Wilbur.
You just get the feeling if he could ever go back in time and they were like, though, this is going to be a headline about you. And then it's just like, you never want to hear a booze-infused cookie business, a rogue reporter, and an escort. And then it's like the downfall of you.
Yeah.
And you're like, how the hell did I get
here? How did I get here? So this starts on Friday night.
Okay. So this is just a 5-day run.
This is a 5-day run.
Okay.
On Friday night, October 9th, 12:09 p.m. Fox ABC reporter. Try to stick along with this story. It's very complicated. Maria Athens. This is truly a complicated story.
It's the most complicated headline I've ever seen.
Maria Athens, she's a reporter.
Okay.
She claimed on the Anchorage mayor that she posted, this is true, it used the word breathless to describe her video, and it's true. It is a panicked video that they put out from the newsroom.
I thought it was like, she's so beautiful. It's
no.
Okay, she is breathless.
She is literally like she looks like she ran a mile.
Okay.
She posted on on her official Facebook page, claiming that an Anchorage mayor, Ethan Berkowitz, had his male genitalia posted on an underage girl's website.
No!
Athens did not explain the nature of the website or provide evidence for the shocking and bizarre accusation, right? Saying that the story was going to be on that night, right? Saying Berkowitz immediately puts out a statement saying the allegations are slanderous, categorically false, blah, blah, blah. Cut to 3:32 p.m., 3 hours later, the reporter posted a photo of the backside of a man, presumably intended to be Berkowitz, with the headline, "Proof, Mayor Ethan Berkowitz, #take that haters."
Take that haters.
And it was a photo of a man, the only way I describe him as Jeffrey Epstein-esque, with it's just a bad
got
photo.
Salt and pepper hair.
It does, but it showed a back of his back and down to his butt.
Where
you see his blurred out little Alaskan butt, where at 4:42, Athens posted this is more revealing version of the same photo with the headline, "Nice try, damage control. Certainly First Lady killer Mara Kimmel can confirm that this is her husband's hairy ass."
Jeez,
and the bathroom tiles, right? So you see this photo. So everyone's like, holy shit. The mayor's office is flipping out. It's exploding across social media. It's going wild and it's really, really intense, right?
I just have to say this about this man's he's got a kissel-tuckus where it just kind of, his body just sort of bleeds into a butt.
Mine too.
And then it gets right out of there.
I have more shoulders than I do ass. But so it's like I go down, actually. I'm built like a comma.
Also, I have never seen someone take a sexy picture with the back. It's the back of his head, his back, and his butt. But how do you even angle the
what
camera?
This looks like?
It's very hard.
We'll get to this.
Okay.
This looks like one of the... Do you ever take a picture where you ever scratch a pimple or something on your back and you want to know if you've either made it bleed or if it's like a big
you got to explore.
Cancer?
Sure.
Yeah. And I'll take a bunch of... on my phone, you'll look and find a bunch of weird pictures of just my ass and the back of my head, just me trying to find out if a skin tag is cancer.
I don't think I have. No, I don't have that. You could look through my entire portfolio on my camera, my roll. No, you would not see any pictures of that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try.
Maybe I should actually.
See
I
what's
gotta go
going
to the
on
doctor.
in your back.
No,
I've never seen your back.
Really?
Well, I don't look at it.
I'll show it to you one day. And I'll fucking show it to you.
I can't wait to get back on the road
As soon as I'm
again.
the mayor of this town.
All right, so many denounced Berkowitz. They're all just being disgusting, have no clue what they're talking about, didn't even know what it meant as by underage girls' website. That nothing was clarified, right? So things got weirder. This is all on Friday.
Okay.
That afternoon, the reporter, Maria Athens, was arrested for criminal misdemeanor assault. Athens apparently attacked Scott Centers, the general manager for Coastal Television Broadcasting, her boss, who also happened to be her boyfriend, right?
What?
She attacked him, slapped him. Centers called the police. According to the source of the Anchorage Police Department, Athens acted erratically and then attacked a police officer outside of the station, leading her to be arrested. So she got put into jail. This was Friday. Just getting started, according to the article.
Okay.
Saturday morning, a Twitter thread appeared from a this is a moniker from a OnlyFans sex worker named Redhead Ray.
Oh.
Ray's post proved to be the key that unlocked everything. This is according to the authors. Redhead Ray worked as a model on OnlyFans. Now, she is the daughter of a woman named Molly Blakely, who's an Anchorage woman who sells super cute booze-infused cookies.
You know, the sweet and the booze. There was an ice cream shop in Brooklyn where they had boozy ice cream.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I am not a huge fan of boozy ice cream, but give me a boozy milkshake.
Yeah.
Now, in this Twitter thread, comes out of nowhere. Ray explains that she worked as a non-sexual escort in Alaska in 2018.
What does that mean? You go fishing and
Well, she said it's
hunting
more
with people?
like truly an escort that she'd go on dates with guys.
Right. Have a nice time.
So according Blakely found out, this is her mother, found out that Ray was escorting and she was unhappy. According to Ray, she told her mom that her favorite client that she had fun with was a short man who, quote unquote, worked for the state of Alaska.
If you couldn't mention my height every time you mention my name,
I just wish you'd stop saying like how short I am.
I am just a man.
And honestly, most of them were just sitting to dinner, and you don't even know how short I am.
Yeah, and if you think about like different people, like different time frames, 5'5" was actually big in like the 1800s.
It was normal. It's how they needed to live in order to have the nutrients. So on Twitter, Ray then goes on to say that her mom happened to be doing this press junket where she's doing this rollout for this
of her booze cookies.
These booze cookies that she's getting this sort of deal with like Nestle Toll House, right? She's getting this deal with
huge.
The huge deal.
Oh
so
my
there's a lot running on this.
Nestle's getting into the booze biz. Look out, Anheuser-Busch.
She was doing this fucking on Friday when all this was breaking down. She was doing this like this bullshit with this reporter.
Jesus,
Ray goes on to say that the
rant.
mom. She was doing an interview with the reporter, the original reporter, about her booze-infused cookies. During the interview, Athens had apparently expressed her disdain for Ethan Berkowitz, the mayor of Anchorage.
Not Ethan Is it Ethan Berkowitz?
It is Ethan Berkowitz.
Okay.
Right? Blakely asked Athens, out of nowhere, hey, was Berkowitz short? Is he a short guy? Athens responded, yes. Yes, Ethan Berkowitz is a short guy.
Okay.
Blakely then decided to make the jump in logic, saying that the short man, her daughter, who was 18 as an escort, was Ethan Berkowitz.
That's the only evidence she had?
Yes.
And she went immediately to the camera?
Well, it was an off-the-record conversation.
But it seems like it was pretty on the record.
But it became
she
immediately
put it on the record
record
immediately.
She apparently, according to Redhead Ray on Twitter, basically saying, my mom is a she's a fucking drama queen.
I wouldn't
and
want
likes
my
getting
booze
attention.
I wouldn't want my booze cookies made by anything other than a drama queen. No.
I mean, that's who I want. I want somebody who's in the center of the shit. Because what makes you loose lips sink ships?
Absolutely.
Booze-filled cookies. Booze-filled
cookies. But if you are someone, you're living the Sarah Palin stereotype, right? You're a housewife.
Yep.
You're in Anchorage. You're like, I'm doing everything right, but I like to have a little booze in my cookies.
Me do too. And a little oxy every morning.
Oh, unfortunately, that's also true.
Every morning. No,
Stick with the booze and the cookies. Okay.
So all this comes out on Saturday. So they're basically saying the Redhead Ray actually had an interview with the author, which is very interesting. If you go to the Alaska landmine and listen to it, Redhead Ray does sound like, and I agree with the author, saying it sounds like the only person to be credible in any way, shape, or form talking about the story. Being like, That's all I said. Short man who worked for the state of Alaska. I didn't say he was in politics. I didn't say he was anything. I just said it was a short man. My mom took it and ran with it, but she's got a vendetta against the mayor, and so does this reporter, right?
Oh, my goodness.
What we're going to find out is that people were trying to find out more and more about Blakely, the mom, right? A little bit more. What's deep into
what's going on?
How do we know? Shortly before my interview with Ray, I learned that Blakely is Andy Kreiner's half-sister.
Who the hell is Andy Kreiner?
Okay, this is just, I mean, there needs to be a show about this. There has to be a television show about this.
So Alaska Goss.
Now,
this is like Alaska Goss Corner.
Andy Kreiner refused to comply when Ethan Berkowitz, the mayor of Anchorage, ordered limitations on indoor restaurant dining due to COVID.
Okay.
So Blakely and Andy Kreiner are family. And Kreiner's Diner, it remained open for dine-in service against the wishes. Yes, against the wishes of the mayor. Right? So the Kreiner family has become a symbol of defiance in the news to Berkowitz. If you look at on Facebook, on the Alaska landmine, they're making a very big, and it's a massive Trump-Pence flag in the front of the diner. So all of this shit, it's very, very interesting. So they're not getting back to comment, right?
Okay.
So Blakely's obviously saying, I didn't make it up for attention. Blah, blah. So that's Sunday. All of that kind of comes to a head on Sunday.
All right, let's just do a 3-day recap. Friday starts. We hear, whoa, the mayor, he's showing his ding-dong in his butt to an underage girl. Now she beats up her boyfriend, who is also her manager. This is the person, who is also her boss.
She's in jail this whole time.
She's in jail this whole time. And then
the daughter of the source of this story is a sex worker, right? For OnlyFans, right? She used to be a full-on escort. Now she is a OnlyFans model. So her mother, it makes booze-infused cookies.
And goes on a Saturday morning show.
She went on a Friday morning show to talk and ended up talking shit about the mayor with this reporter who they all now are going to be revealed of like why. So why did the reporter freak out about this?
What the heck is going on here?
Athens was arraigned on Saturday and was set to be released on Monday. At this point, it's still unclear whether the photo that because she posted this photo.
Yes.
They don't know whether or not it's Ethan Berkowitz or not. We just know it's a gray-haired man. Kind of looks short by the look of, you look at his shoulders to his
short
butts.
like
I don't
that.
know. But, we don't know if it is. An apology comes out Monday morning, 4:30 p.m. from the mayor's office saying, I apologize to the people of Anchorage for a major lapse in judgment I made several years ago when I had a consensual, inappropriate messaging relationship with reporter Maria Athens. So he was fucking Maria Athens for 3 years, and she has become a jilted ex-lover.
Oh, so she had this picture ready to go.
Yes, she had this picture, unleashed it because apparently I guess it means it definitely is him, right? She then, during this whole point, apparently...
So she's doing revenge porn.
She's going full on revenge. And then I want you to listen to the unhinged email. So this is a voicemail.
Okay.
That reporter Maria Athens left on the private cell phone of Mayor Berkowitz. This is what she left.
Already scared.
Listen to this fucking voicemail that she left when she found out this story, that she was going to break this story, when this woman said, I think actually the person my daughter's dating is the mayor of Anchorage.
But she just said it's a short person that works in Alaskan government.
It just jumped. Listen to this story.
Ethan, it's Maria Athens from Fox ABC, CW, NewsNet, National Alaska. I just learned through my Emmy Award-winning journalism, you're also a pedophile in, like, little girls and children. And there's a website. Jesus. I'm so fucking exposing you. I'm going to get an Emmy. So you either turn yourself in, kill yourself, or do what you need to do. I will personally kill you and Mark Kimmel, my goddamn self, you Jewish piece of living fucking shit.
What
you
the
have
hell?
met your match, motherfucker. You have met your motherfucking match. I can't believe I am such a good person and thought I loved you. I don't even hate you. I will pray for your Zionist fucking ass, you piece of shit loser. And I'm putting this on the news tonight. Bye. Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
I am. Wow. I'm sticking with dogs. That's what I am doing. I am sticking with hanging out with dogs.
You gotta be careful, man.
Holy hell.
You gotta be careful.
That was one of the most interesting. What was that? Was that 60 seconds? That was a roller coaster, my friend.
Yeah.
And she even snuck. You got everything.
They went
you got
to go
the affair.
But listen,
you got
there's
anti-Semitism in there.
There's even more. Strangely after, Blakely's falsely, when this all went down, oh my God. So they had their meeting where she was going through, she's trying to find, because now Blakely is backpedaling a huge amount because she's
That's
about
the booze cookie gal.
Yeah, because her deal is now coming into question because of all of this bullshit.
She's fucking up her own booze cookie deal.
Yeah, she is. Now,
oh my God.
Blakely falsely told Athens that her daughter was an escort for Berkowitz. They headed over to Kreiner's Diner. So they went to the diner to eat.
The only diner open.
Yep. According to screenshots of texts sent by Blakely to her daughter, Athens had an emotional breakdown at Kreiner's. Blakely claims that Athens had the 3-year affair with the mayor. Now, this is what she's saying. Okay, just know she is super unstable. Was even yelling the F word in Kreiner's. And people were calling her out on Facebook, and she was cussing them out too. This was the reason I called, to tell you she lost her mind. Apparently she had a 3-year affair with him and he never left his wife. So she just dropped it. She didn't know what she was doing. She thought it was like little gossip.
Yeah.
But she just fucking put the fuel rod into the reactor. So now it continues.
Wow.
I received a Facebook message from Sarha Shalbach, who grew up with Blakely on the Kenai Peninsula, right, as a childhood friend, trying to get more information about Blakely. She provided me with the additional audio recordings and screenshots of her conversations with Blakely. But she wanted to know, the problem was that she didn't want to get involved because Shalbach runs Northern Exposure, which is Alaska's only BDSM and sex educational conference. So she runs this like S&M
and also,
conference.
I mean, they need booze cookies there.
Absolutely.
That's a great place.
Good
You have an orgy, have some booze cookies, have a nice time with it.
Oh my God. But now Athens has been released from jail. So far has been silent on social media about this whole thing. We're going to find out where this all goes to.
Technically, I think.
And he immediately resigned. So Ethan Berkowitz has resigned being mayor. So he's out.
Mic drop.
Yep.
He could have survived this.
I don't know. I think at some point
the Virginia governor was accused of doing blackface and then moonwalked at a press conference and got away with it.
I didn't know how to moonwalk.
It's the governor of frickin' Virginia. This guy's a mayor of a small town. He'd be fine.
You know what would have saved him? If he knew how to do the worm.
Well, he was saved. He's doing. Oh, this guy, Ethan Berkowitz. I mean, yes, the affair is bad.
He
but
already
it wasn't
reached the end
in
of his
office.
second term, the statutory limit. They were going to have a new mayor, so they were about to have
I see.
So that's what they're trying to figure out. They were in the middle of an election.
Oh, I see.
I want to know more about this. If you know anything about this, please email sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. I just went through a bunch of facts. I obviously read a bunch from the article, alaskalandmine.com. Go and check them out. I don't know what else is on there, but just go and check them out because I did use quite a bit of their information.
And one of the interesting parts here, so the Anchorage Assembly held a meeting on Tuesday night. Berkowitz was not there. Chief of Staff Jason Backenstadt, he read the statement. The meeting got close to coming unglued and degenerated from there. One public commentator told the assembly that the assembly's, quote, satanic laws will be, quote, cast into the fire, further stating that the municipality's sister cities commission, which I currently chair, that's the author of this story, had made Anchorage, quote, the world's best brothel. So people have issues there.
But honestly, no, I know that there is a large sex worker community in Alaska specifically because there are so much. They're seasonal workers.
But I don't think these people are happy about it because then local personality.
They should just get over themselves. What a bunch of drips.
I agree with that. Local personality Dustin Darden, he just read Bible passages warning of the dangers of fornication. So now that I'm understanding the constituents, I understand a little bit more Berkowitz just kind of being like, I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, fuck
Why
it.
deal with it? Why
He's
deal
like,
with
fuck
it?
it. You know what? Y'all want to go crazy? I'm out. I had an affair, which was wrong. And he came out and said it, but he didn't deserve to necessarily be called a pedophile.
Yeah, oh my God. And this is what I was talking about when it comes to the radio show. Anchorage Politico Bernadette Wilson, who used to host a talk show with Berkowitz, this is what she had to say. She said, it was definitely a little awkward to be told to wear a mask by a guy who didn't even wear pants.
I'm so mad. So mad. We're just sliding into nonsense.
So much. It is so much.
It is. Wow. I just love all the layers. Each one is perfect. Each one is cooked to perfection.
Wow. Yes. And Blakely's booze-infused cookie dough. Nestle I'm sorry. She might have dropped the ball.
I tell you what, it makes me not want to get that booze-infused cookie dough. It makes me want to go looking for some other place to get my booze-infused cookie dough.
Yeah,
Which is, you know how I normally do it? You get a bunch of flour, you get a bunch of eggs, and you get a bunch of rum. And you just eat it in your house. You can make rum balls. Ever had rum balls?
I have had rum balls, yeah.
I've been thinking about those
They're
recently.
Not good, though.
You don't like rum balls?
I don't like rum balls. There's cinnamon in them. Oftentimes there's cinnamon in them.
But I like them with the nuts in them. I like a pecan. I like all the molasses in them.
Well, now we are just talking about things you love in a rum ball.
I will.
All right. Well, I think it's about time for Hero of the Week. And honestly, every single person in that story we just told was kind of Hero of the Week in a strange way, other than maybe Miss Athens, who I think she turned out to be the villain. Who's the villain?
I don't know. I'm going to say, I don't know who the villain is, but I know that the victim is the people of Anchorage.
That is for damn sure. All right. Well, let's do Hero of the Week. This one, not necessarily something that people would think I would choose, but plane passenger caught smuggling gold nuggets in the rectum to avoid paying taxes. This is according to
in America. At least I know I'm free.
Well, my friend, we're actually going to India. We're going to Dubai specifically. A dude was walking oddly, as you can imagine he would be, because he had 2 pounds.
He was turkey ducking it?
He was turkey ducking it. He had 2 pounds of gold bullion shoved up his asshole. And so the guy was like, oh my God, he wants to avoid an 18% tax on his precious nuggets.
Oh, this is not even. I thought that this was about like hiding your income. No, this is about trying not to get custom tax when you're going traveling.
Which is a lot.
Okay. So basically, it is a lot to put 2 pounds of gold up your asshole. Look at these.
Well, and the thing is, when you see the gold, you can see how it would be very uncomfortable.
Wow,
because
how
it's just
long are those fucking? He must have really.
I think he was ducktailing it.
He must have been fucking touching his prostate with these.
Can you imagine coming with gold rod up your butt? That's things of kings.
That's when I retire.
I suppose so. Officials at the Air Intelligence Unit mined the stash worth about $60,000 from the unidentified smuggler's butt. Another passenger on the same flight was caught carrying more than 3 pounds of gold, though officials did not disclose where he did it.
No, I just had mine in a bag like a normal person.
Yeah, the gold was hidden in the traveler's underwear as well. So this is really common. And I don't know why this person is Hero of the Week, but I'm making him Hero of the Week because you know what? He did what he had to do. And yeah, he got busted. And the dude is like really not happy because now everyone's like, aren't you the dude who had 2 pounds of gold up his butthole? And then he has to be like, yeah. And then I don't know if he has to pay more or not, but he's still going to pay taxes.
I feel like now you have to pay all of the fees that you're going to get anyway, and you're going to have to go to court, and you're going to have to do all this shit. Then you got yourself used to the feeling of being massaged on your prostate by gold, and now that's your standard.
Yep.
You're literally the gold standard now.
It is indeed. It's a Dookie standard, but somebody's got to have it. And my friend, you are Hero of the Week just for the attempt to not pay taxes. In a strange way, I don't know. Dubai seems to be doing very well.
No, it's not actually. It's all fake. It's all fake money. They are a money laundering city.
Is that right?
Yep.
Really? Don't they have the world's tallest building though?
Yeah, it's all built on slave labor.
Dubai?
And, yeah, it's all built on slave labor. It's it's essentially slave labor and just the funneled money of terrorists from many different countries.
Why did you come with all of this Dubai information? Like you just snapped right into this.
I just know a lot about Dubai.
Why?
Because I've researched moving there.
When? Okay, speaking of your own freaking tax plans, which we constantly have to be like, no, Anthony, like our business managers, like you
they
take care of it.
They won't let me not. They won't. They make me be a good.
Because your ideas are like your father's ideas. What about Cayman Islands? What about the Cayman Islands? It's
no,
like,
my father never thought about that. My father literally was just like, do the old Wolf of Wall Street thing, man. Fucking go line your pants with dollar bills.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Take it to Switzerland.
Absolutely. So Hero of the Week, putting that gold up your butt. Congrats, buddy.
Good work.
I hope you had a little bit of fun there while you did it.
I really hope that you did. One thing that we did not address is the controversy last week about Ben Kissel being from the Midwest and not pronouncing the name of the grocery store correctly.
Jeez, I can't even believe I didn't have Myers when I grew up in Wisconsin, okay? Not all the Midwest is the same. Meyer I never had. We had Cops, we had all the other ones.
But it's the only thing people could talk about the episode.
Really?
Yes.
There were some people who said they enjoyed it despite that.
I think that for those of you
they
that
were brave enough to get past it.
Thank you. But yes, it is Myers. And I honestly think for that, we need to do some sort of Midwest apology. You need some form of Midwest apology. I think we need to you need to eat 5 pounds of cheese in a sitting.
People in the Midwest are supposed to be very nice. Forgive me.
I know, but I feel like mostly, but I've heard about, they are nice.
Grudges, though.
They hold grudges.
I am sorry.
Now, the razor blades and candy situation we update from last week, it is largely a myth, though there have been instances of food tampering that has led to the overall belief that you can get tampered Halloween candy. This also comes from Joel McKean, who's been helping us put together stories for Side Stories, dude. Thank you so much. It started in Halloween 1959 when a dentist laced candy with a laxative and made 30 kids out of 450, which is actually not a great ratio, shit themselves and put a kid in the hospital.
Dentist did this?
Yes, a dentist did this.
Of course a dentist did this.
Of course, because they are anti-candy because of the cavities.
Wow, that's amazing.
All right. Well, those are a little bit, so right now that story seems to linger, but mostly it is urban myth.
Really? So Dr. William Shine, California dentist.
That's a very interesting story. All right, let's get to some listener stories.
Can you imagine what the candy is in 1959? I don't know why. I just feel like people just grab a bunch of slop and put it in your hand.
What's weird is I actually think that it was better. I think that the candy might have been better and less processed.
You know what? I agree with you. I don't like the sugar stuff they put in this now.
I'm not a big milk chocolate guy. I'm a dark chocolate guy because that's what I do. That's how I solve my cravings at night.
Oh, Henry, also 1970, Kevin Trost, a 5-year-old from Detroit, he went into a coma because someone put heroin in his candy. That's not good.
Some people are asking for it.
1974, an 8-year-old kid, he consumed a bunch of pixie sticks with cyanide. Now I'm getting scared.
Well, that's why you're not allowed to go. You don't go trick-or-treating anymore, and they're not doing that this year anyway.
I don't think that. I think if I went trick-or-treating, they would just give me the house.
I mean, they should. They've just been
Yes.
like, just leave my wife alone.
But don't fear. It looks like 1974 was the last time this happened.
I mean, let's say this is the year, I guess, to bring it back. Let's make Halloween dangerous again. This is the time, and if it's COVID's not enough, just start lacing the candy, but, give it to only kids you hate. Now, here comes listener stories.
Okay.
The story about the woman stealing haunted tiles from Pompeii reminded me of a similar story in my family. My great-uncle Leroy served in the Army during World War II, specifically the Pacific Theater. As a souvenir, he brought back a small box of gold-capped teeth he'd taken from dead bodies. For unknown reasons, Uncle Leroy decided to keep this box of teeth in his bedside table. I don't know how long the box was in the nightstand, but Leroy started to hear voices. His wife was unbothered, but he was kept awake at night by these bodiless voices. I don't know how he eventually came to the conclusion the voices were coming from the box of teeth, but one morning he walked in his backyard and threw the box into a nearby creek. He never heard the voices again.
He just re-killed them.
He did.
My question is this, and it's kind of a real question, I guess. SideStoriesLPOTL@gmail.com. When it comes to hauntings, residual hauntings, something like this, can you... So a tooth, it doesn't have to actually be a biological part of the person's body. If you stole some gold out of someone's tooth, or do you have the teeth with them?
It was the teeth with them.
Well, why didn't he melt it down?
Because it sounded like it wasn't for the gold. It was to have gold. It was to have the teeth of dead people.
Did he kill all the people?
I don't know. It sounds like he might have just pulled them out of dead corpses.
Huh, okay.
I mean, I have a bunch of human teeth in my house. But that's just because our fans love us.
Man, we have a lot. We have one of the weirder gifts, but also very sweet. We got some of these baby teeth. But I feel like it's a lot.
It is a lot. But hey, I'll take validation.
I don't think I'm going to keep my baby's teeth if I ever have a baby. I don't know what the...
I don't think I'll ever keep the baby.
I was just trying to get rid of the teeth. Well, you threw away the whole baby.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Get this out of here. I wondered if you or any listeners have had sleep paralysis experiences similar to what I've had of late. I've had insomnia, nightmares, and sleep paralysis for as long as I can remember. As a kid, I was terrified to sleep at night because of the colony of monsters, which looked exactly like the rat puppet from the Ferals.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this thing. Oh, yeah, that's creepy. Under my bed would come out and accost me. I made up a bunch of silly rules that I would chant in my head every night until I eventually passed out. Stuff like, they can't get me if it's after midnight, if the hallway light is on, if dad's still awake watching TV, kid logic.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the dad watching TV thing works.
Yes, that's what I used to do, even though my father came home hammered every night, but I didn't feel comfortable until he got home.
Makes sense. That's kind of cute.
The rat monsters would torment me in my dreams, some of it tame and only as scary to a child. But I remember more sinister things they would do or say, often sexual. As a shelter child, I had no idea how the topics were in my brain. When I'd have sleep paralysis, I'd get the whole 9 yards. Visual, auditory, and tactile hallucinations so real that it's no wonder my insomnia got so bad. The monster's standard behavior was thus. They'd slowly approach the back of my head, asleep on my side, taunting me, saying creepy shit and evilly giggling. My eyes would be wide open at this point, and I would be desperately trying to scream or move or even just shut my eyes. And the monsters seem to notice that because they comment things like, "You can't get away," and shit, right? And then I'd feel a monster crawl up the back of my head and say, "Keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open," as if it meant to pop into my line of sight from over my head. Not sure if this makes sense, but the point is I was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't had sleep paralysis as intense as this for years, but the other day it happened again. This time, I literally punched myself out of it. In my dreams, my flatmate came into my room, talking to me, but I didn't roll over, so my back was facing her the whole time. As she got closer to me, I was becoming more lucid and realized that, in reality, I was actually facing the door and my back was to the wall, so it was impossible for her to get behind me. She was still talking, now right behind my head, and I yelled, "You can't fucking trick me! I know it's you!" as at it. I paused for a second and I braced myself as I knew it was going to grab me. When it did, I felt a shock through my body and a pull from the center of my upper back, tugging me backwards. The feeling is like a hypnic jerk, like the muscle spasm that you sometimes get just as you're falling asleep, often startling you awake.
Sure.
And as a kid, this is when I'd be desperately trying to scream. It only had a hold of me for a few seconds before I punched the shit out of it. I think I basically just thrashed myself asleep. but in my mind, I socked that cunt right in the face.
Jeez, it must be British.
Might be.
Might be British. Wow, that's a great method for sleep paralysis.
It is.
Why didn't anyone just do that? Punch it.
It's hard because sometimes you're paralyzed.
I understand.
Sometimes you can't move.
I know. It's not just a clever
I
name. I know.
Wow, this is just a little smattering, and I'm going light on the listener stories because next week we are doing our haunted episode of Listener Pastas, and we have such a fetid, rotund, porculent, beautiful
porculent
pile of listener pastas that we're going to regale your ears with. And I promise I'm going to be digging through these. We're looking for the really scary ones.
Really scary ones. Thank you all so much for anyone that submitted a listener pasta, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. We are super excited for listener pasta next week. And we're going to keep on going with the spooky Halloween season. And hopefully you're watching some fun horror movies out there. I just rewatched Trick or Treat just for fun. It's just a great horror movie.
We're going through all the nightmares right now. It's great. Man, Audition is a great movie that I just watched. Like, you know what I also bumped to the top of like my horror movies recently is Carrie. I rewatched Carrie.
Question for you. Was the mom right?
No. I think that what you look at is evil begetting evil. With the way upon rewatching Carrie, it's a villain biopic where she was abused. And if she had found love.
Almost like the Joker.
Yes, I think it's very similar to Joker.
Yeah, sure.
I do believe that if she had found love, if she had a loving mother, she might have used her powers for other things, or maybe they would not have activated at all.
Okay, my question, first of all, we don't know who the dad is.
No,
right?
Never
mentioned it. What if it was a demon father, the mom knew it, and she truly was trying to protect everybody from the daughter? That's why she did the crucifixes everywhere.
I feel like this is how you start posting to QAnon websites. Like if you start like believing in Carrie's mother.
By the end of it, the mom, as she's getting those, I love the end of Carrie with the knives and she's getting like crucified. But at some point, the mom does have to be like, see, you are crazy.
What do you see?
But no, of course, she was very mean to Carrie, and that was not good.
Yes, we should have been
Carrie
nice.
was also extremely dangerous.
But she might not have been. She might not have been.
I don't know. Just rewatch it with that lens.
I don't know. I just watched it.
Just rewatch it with that lens.
I just rewatched it.
All right.
I know. Okay, you're right. Rewatch it with a lens. But this week on Haunt Your House, twitch.tv/Last Podcast Network, this Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have your hosts, Marcus Parks, Carolina Hidalgo Parks, and Ed Larson, watching the movie Bucket of Blood. And this is for the charity, I forget which charity. It is. We're raising money for Autobar.
Autobar in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. It was the first place they allowed us to perform.
They are suffering heartily like most venues are during this time period. Honestly, and look up hashtag #BeAnArtZero again. I mean, I don't know what to say to everybody. I feel like we got to do our best to take care of each other right now. We're headed into like scarier and scarier times. And I think it's really, really important for everybody to look out for like, we're getting to like this fucked up thing because the government's not doing anything that we're all going to have to like choose a business and try to keep it open.
Absolutely. Do everything you can for these small businesses. And when it comes to the charities for the Haunt Your House, thank you all so much for giving. I think we've made around $7,000 total.
Close to it.
Which is just unfrickin' believable. So thank you all so much for that. And absolutely. Hang on in there, y'all. Hail yourselves.
Make sure you live your life every day knowing
that,
this might not be the funnest Halloween, but next year
it could be,
we're going to fucking make it the funnest Halloween. No, it's not going to be the funnest Halloween this year, but we're going to make it. Right? And next year when we're making a fun Halloween, we're going to fucking laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And next year, we're going to extend Halloween over Christmas. We're finally going to put the knee on the throat of Christmas next year.
So you're like if Jack Skellington won.
It should have won. I talked about that with Jay Wasley this week on the LPN show. Like straight up, we need to kill Santa Claus. We have to do it. And when I kill Santa Claus, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to love.
You're going to love
putting on that suit.
Then you're Santa Claus.
No, I'm going to
Did you not see the Santa Claus? It literally is you put on the suit.
I'm going to take that suit. I'm going to get in the fucking I'm going to get into the sleigh. I'm going to buy off the reindeer with a bunch of meat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from home to home to home to home, leave a bunch of presents. And then when you see all the kids, I'm going to wake up all the kids, be like, look and see. And then I'm going to take all the presents back and say, that's what you get for being gullible.
It's a nightmare before Christmas.
Yes.
That is what, yes, very creative.
Nightmare after Christmas.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. All right, everyone. Once again, hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Magustalations.
Hail me. Hail me.
Yes, indeed. Hang in there, everyone.
Hang up there.
Hang up. No, do not hang up. That's the difference. Hang in there. Never hang up there.
You're right, actually.
Yeah.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.